Hello everybody, my name is Deja and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my December TBR. TBRs are traditionally videos that I do every single month on my channel, but I have skipped them for the past couple months, October and November, because October, I don't really remember what happened, but starting around November, I switched to a new camera lens, but it's kind of loud, so I also switched to microphones, and I like this audio a lot better, but I was having some connectivity issues, so the audio basically in the video was non-existent, so I had to scrap that video. I did film the video, so I had a TBR, but I decided to just kind of like read whatever and read for vlogs, except my TBR jar, which I do have a TBR jar vlog hopefully coming out within the next week or so that I post this video. So you will see what I pulled. I think for October and November, I pulled books for both months. So y'all will see that then. But I'm really glad to be back filming my TBR videos. These are some of my favorite videos to film. And I hope that in 2025, I'll be able to do one every single month as well as wrap-ups because I did really well in wrap-ups last year. And this year, I did okay, but not as good. But before we actually get into the TBR, I want to thank today's sponsor, and that is Ana Luisa. There's something so special about Ana Luisa because honestly, I was not very much like a jewelry girl in my teenagehood. I was kind of trying to like be rebellious and stuff like that. So I was like, no jewelry, no purses, none of that. The only thing I really did was nails. That was like more feminine. But now that I'm getting older, I tend to actually really like those things. Even like perfumes. I didn't really wear perfumes. Now I really love perfumes, jewelry, and bags. So it's just like a switch for me. But what I love about Ana Luisa is that even if you have someone in your life who isn't a big jewelry fan, I feel like there's still something for them on the website. Plus, their jewelry is literally incredible. One of the reasons I really didn't like to wear jewelry is because I didn't like the hassle of having to take it on and off all the time. But with Ana Luisa jewelry, I don't ever have to do that. I shower in my jewelry. I have two necklaces on. One of them is kind of like this snake chain, and I also have the matching bracelet, and I literally have worn these for months without taking them off, and nothing has happened. No green skin, no tarnishing, nothing. And I really do the same with my earrings. They just sent me a new pair of earrings, so these are a newer piece. But the earrings that they sent me last time they sponsored me, I basically wore up until I got these ones. So those had no tarnishing or anything either. And also what is so amazing about their pieces that they are so high quality and sustainable, but they're also so affordable. Their pieces start at $39 each. And as we're heading into holiday season, of course, they're having sales going on their site. So I recommend checking those out, especially because I feel like jewelry is such a good gift to give anybody in your life, whether it's yourself for the holidays, your mom, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife, whoever it is. I feel like everybody loves a good piece of jewelry that's high quality, which is what Ana Luisa is. And you don't have to break the bank to give it to them either. I have given a couple pieces that Ana Luisa sent me to my mom, and she loves them. I think we actually have a pair of matching earrings, which I really, really love. It's so fun to be able to match with her. I feel like Ana Luisa jewelry is literally the perfect gift to give to someone this holiday season. So if you would like to purchase some jewelry for yourself or somebody else, I will have a link down in the description box down below, and make sure to click that to let them know that I sent you. And thank you again so much for Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. So now we're going to get into my December TBR. So I always start off with my book clubs. And in December, my book club, the final chapter, which I host over on my Patreon, is reading Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. And I'm really excited for this book because I'm also reading it for a Goodreads Choice Awards video that I'm doing. I was really hesitant to want to do that video, but I am talking about like the issues with Goodreads and the Goodreads Choice Awards, but it's just kind of like a fun thing that I'm really excited to do because I get to read new releases this year that I've been really looking forward to, and this is one of them. I do also want to say that down below, if you click the link right after Ana Luisa, it is a gift membership to my Patreon. They started this new feature where either like someone like one of your patrons or somebody else can gift a Patreon membership to a non-member, or I can gift memberships to y'all. So I am gifting 10 memberships to my second highest tier, the Psychological Baddies, which gets participation in the book club, which includes a reading vlog, live shows, and a Discord channel, as well as the full Discord, live shows, movie nights, and more. So I'd really love to have you over there if you are just wanting to try it out to see if it's something that you would like to join permanently. We would love to have you. So if you want to join us reading Listen for the Lie in the month of December, that link is down below as well. I'm really excited to hopefully get some of y'all over there because a lot of people do actually join my Patreon as free members, and I don't offer anything for free members. So if you are somebody who has joined as a free member and you haven't seen anything but you want to kind of like try out the membership, this is a good chance to do so. All I know about Listen for the Lie is that it's about our main character and a true crime podcast. is beginning to investigate her best friend's murder. I don't really like to read synopses of thrillers too much because sometimes they tend to get into spoilery territory, but this one literally has a 4.11 on Goodreads with over 200,000 ratings, and it's nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards, which honestly doesn't mean much, but I am going to be reading it for that video. You might see some other books for that video woven into like the prompts for my TBR spinner wheel. I'm not going to expose the entire TBR to y'all. You'll have to wait for that video, but some of the books for that video I will try and include for this TBR to kind of make it easier for myself. So I'm really excited for this one, especially because it was the only one on the poll that was for that video. Everything else would just have been an additional book. So I'm really happy that this is one that we will be reading in the month of December. There's literally a gnat in here and I don't know where he came from. Like I literally live on the 3rd floor of my apartment building and it is like 50, 40-ish degrees outside. So what are you doing in here? But it's okay. If you see me waving around at all, it's because I don't like flying bugs at all. Ugh, here he goes. I need to kill him. I don't have any other book clubs that I'm participating in the month of December, which is good because I have a couple reading vlogs that I want to film, mainly the Goodreads Choice Awards, which I've started, but I still have quite a few books to go. And I also want to do like a Christmas holiday book vlog as well. I did one last year. It kind of flopped. Nobody really watched it, but I really enjoyed reading all of those holiday books, especially because I went with more like thrillers and horror books and romances that actually interested me versus just like the next holiday rom-com that's like kind of boring, kind of fluffy, kind of mid, you know? I will also be having a video coming out with like Christmas holiday recommendations, but I'm also going to include my entire TBR that I have for all those books. I definitely will not get to all of them this year, but I will be picking and choosing from that list. So if you're interested about that TBR, I'll try to include some books in this as well. So, you know, I can kind of double up, but I also will have a video talking about my entire like Christmas holiday book TBR. Besides that, in the month of November on my Patreon, we were supposed to buddy read The House in the Cerulean Sea because in November, the book club pick was one of my favorites that we reread, Cirque Berserk. And then I also really love The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. So that was going to just be like our official buddy read where we had a Discord channel and stuff like that. So I think I could probably read that one before the end of the month, the first book. But we were supposed to buddy read the second book as well, which is why I wanted to buddy read that one in the first place so I could read the second book. But I don't think I'll be able to get to it. But I'm also including it in my Goodreads Choice Awards video, and that is Somewhere Beyond the Sea. I'm so excited for this book. It's the sequel follow-up to The House in the Cerulean Sea, which I absolutely love and adore. I really love TJ Klune's writing and his books. I know he's a little bit of like a controversial, problematic author, but you know, we all have our vices, we all have our gripes, okay? I love him, specifically The House in the Cerulean Sea and Wolf Song, literally both made me sob like a baby. So I'm really anticipating this one and it's going to be part of that video. So I thought I would mention it because I have to read it this month anyways for the video, and I have a channel over on my Discord where hopefully we'll be chatting about this one. Traditionally, I do my TBR jar next, but I have so many books that I need to finish this year. I think I have like 5 books that I started and haven't finished, and then I have the Goodreads Choice Awards video, and then I also have like all the holiday books that I want to read for the end of the year, of course. And I'm reading through the November pick in the vlog that I'm going to be posting hopefully soon. So I would just be reading this one on my own. I wouldn't even be vlogging it. And it's probably going to be something that I don't really want to read and I might have to unhaul because I say my rules for the TBR jar is if I pull it, I have to read it by the end of the year. If I pull it in January, that gives me 12 months to read it versus pulling it in December gives me 1 month to read it. So just with all the plans and the chaos, I'm not doing the TBR jar this month because it's my TBR, so it's my rules. Sorry, TBR jar, but we are retiring her until January. Now, of course, we're going to do my TBR spinner wheel that I do every single month. So I did add in some prompts for December that are more like holiday or winter related. So I'm hoping that we get some of those. I typically do 5 spins. And if I don't complete my TBR from the previous month, then I have to do like a wheel punishment. So I have like a wheel that has specific punishments like read a book with an ugly cover or read an author that you never thought you would ever again, something like that. But since I haven't posted TBRs in the past 2 months, we're just going to kind of skip past that and just get into the wheel spins. So let's do our very first one. So we have a paperback. This is a pretty easy prompt to fulfill. So I looked at all the physical books that I own that I'm reading for the Goodreads Choice Awards video, and all of them are hardcover, obviously because they're like new releases that came out this year, so they tend to be hardcover. And then most of the books on my like Christmas holiday TBR I don't own, and the one that I do own currently is hardcover. But I do have 2 books in the mail. One of them is for my Christmas TBR, and one of them is for the Goodreads Choice Awards video, and they are both paperback. They're just on their way to me currently. I don't have them in my possession, but I will be having them in my possession. So I have two options. The first one is Blackmail and Bibinka, which is by Mia P. Mansala. This is the third book in the Tita Rosie's Kitchen Mystery series. The second book in this was not my favorite. I really enjoyed the first one, but this one is a Christmas book. And then the other one is This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, which I love the first book in this series so much. I think I read it earlier this year before I let go. It was phenomenal, but I believe this follows Soledad from the first book. It's one of the best friends of our main character in the first book, and I've heard such good things about this one, and I'm reading it for the Goodreads Choice Awards video, so I think I'm gonna go with This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan because I just love everything Kennedy Ryan has ever written, and I'm reading it for the video anyways, so that's what I'm gonna be going with. Let's move on to the second spin. So we have finished a book already started. I'm actually doing the end of year book tag on my Patreon. It should already be out by now for my highest tier, the Slasher Queens. And one of the questions in there asked about books that you haven't finished yet this year. So I know what I haven't finished, even though I'm like not really focusing on them. I could bring books into the next year, but this one is one I actually made it pretty far into and just wasn't really enjoying. But I know so many people love this one. So I honestly kind of want to restart it. I was listening to the audiobook and something about thrillers specifically that are like British, Irish, Scottish, like anything like that, like I just don't enjoy them, especially on audiobook. Like even like TV shows, movies, like that doesn't bother me. It's something specifically about the thriller genre of books on audio that gets me, and that is Strange Sally Diamond. I don't even know where I am in this one because I was listening to the audiobook, but everybody loves this one and I want to love it too. So I think I need to restart it, but this is one that I've previously started and haven't finished yet. So I think we're going to go with this one. Okay, let's go in for our third spin. We have a horror book. Okay, this is easy because I am reading every single category for the Goodreads Choice Awards, so I have a couple horror books on my TBR. As I said, I do have a couple I'm reading for that video, and I think I do have like a couple Christmassy ones as well, but this is the only one that I have for either video that I physically own. So I want to prioritize this one, and that is House of Bone and Rain by Gabino Iglesias. I've been really wanting to read a Gabino Iglesias, and I just picked up his first book, I think, or his release that came out last year, The Devil Takes You Home, from the used bookstore, but I am reading this one for that video because I wanted to anyways. I believe we're following 5 like teenage boys, I want to say, and they live in Puerto Rico and one of their mothers gets murdered, so they are like on a revenge quest to basically avenge her death. So it sounds super good. I heard that it kind of gives S.A. Cosby vibes, which I literally need Sean Andre Cosby to publish a new book because he didn't publish one in 2024. Like, where's my Sean Andre Cosby release? You know what? It's fine. Hopefully in 2025 he releases one, because if he doesn't, I'm literally going to cry, scream, piss myself, vomit everywhere. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be cute. But hopefully this can kind of quell my fix of that kind of writing style. So I'm really excited about this one. Let's add it to the TBR. I added quite a few like Christmassy prompts, so I hope that we get one. But we're going in for the fourth spin. An animal on the cover. Okay, let's see if I have any of those. I forgot to add Somewhere Beyond the Sea in the stack. I like to put this little stack back here so y'all can kind of get an idea of like the physical books on the TBR for the month. But the one I'm going to be choosing for this one is another one for the Goodreads Choice Awards video. But this one does have some foxes on the cover, and that is Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. I read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies earlier this year, and I absolutely loved and adored it. And this is the sequel that came out, I believe, in January. So I'm really excited to get to it. I don't know if y'all can see, but it has 2 little foxes on the bottom, and it also has one on the back cover. So this one definitely fits for that. I don't know the synopsis of this one at all. I just know it's a sequel follow-up to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. That one is literally like a cozy fantasy book. I believe it takes place in like the 1920s or 1930s, and she is writing this Encyclopedia of Fairies, so she has to go to this last little village to figure out about their fairies. And I love the fairies in this book because they're not like fae, like Sarah J. Maas, like whipped men. They're like fairies more like Holly Black, I think, where they're like little creatures and there's like different species and stuff like that. They're more like fantastical fairies as like creatures than they are like romantic creatures, which I really like. I like both, but I feel like we've been getting more romantic type fae and not so much like fantastical fae. So adding her to the stack. I really hope we get a Christmassy prompt for the next prompt. If we don't, I might do a 6 spin because I really want one. I added quite a few too, so I don't know what's going on. A book with a 1-word title. Not Christmassy. Let me see if I have any. I do get a veto every month where I can veto 1 prompt. I have only one book on my TBR that is completely one word. I do have some other ones that have the in front of it, but this is the only one that's completely one word. It's called Mistletoe by Kimberly Lemming. She wrote That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. This is book 1.5 in the series, so it's like a novella. And I know this one's pretty similar to the first one from what I've heard, but it's Christmassy. So I have to read it. It's on my TBR. I really want to read it. The first book in the series was so fun, so I'm really happy I can get this one on my TBR. But I think we're going to go with one more prompt. And if I don't like it, I'll veto it and respin. But I want a holiday prompt. Like, I literally have not gotten one. So we're going to go in for a 6 spin. Let's see. A book over 500 pages? I know you lying. No, we're vetoing her and we're respinning because I want a Christmas prompt. That's what I want. I want a Christmas prompt. A 2023 release. Are you kidding? I'm sorry, but I really I did my 5 traditional spins. I just want to get a Christmas prompt. So we're going to keep spinning until I get one because I already did my 5 normal spins. I just want a Christmas prompt. I put them on here. I took the time and the effort to come up with them. I want one. Please. A favorite author? No. Christmas prompt, please. Christmas prompt. TBR vet. I'm just going to keep spinning until I get a Christmas prompt, and y'all are just going to have to believe me. Because I want any of the Christmas prompts. I don't care which one it is. I just want one, please. Okay, finally, y'all can see that the little pie slices are bigger because I've spun this so many times to try and get a holiday prompt. I've literally probably spun it like 30 times. I just wanted a holiday prompt, and I put like 10 to 15 on here. It's not like I put a little amount, but I finally got one, and I got features a holiday party or gathering. Okay, for this one, I think I'm going to go with You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Tony Shiloh. This one I think is like closed door, no spice, which doesn't really bother me, but also is potentially a Christian romance based off one of the videos I saw this book in, but I'm down to give it a try anyways. It says Star Lewis reluctantly returns home for the holiday, jobless, single, and not at all prepared to be dragged into her sister's wedding activities or to witness her sister's marriage to Star's ex-boyfriend on Christmas Eve. But when her brother's charming best friend, Waylon Emerson, attends their family Thanksgiving, ding ding, that is the holiday gathering, Star begins to believe that maybe coming home isn't so bad. As Star endures wedding preparations, she takes comfort in Waylon's presence and finds the perfect distraction as helping him keep his late mother's Christmas shop afloat. As the spark between them grows, Star must decide what she wants out of life, to go back to New York City or to stay and pursue a new dream. This one does sound pretty good. I like the Christmas shop element. There's a wedding, there's her sister is getting married to her ex on Christmas Eve, there's Thanksgiving, there is a brother's best friend. There's a lot going on in this. So I hope that I like it. It sounds pretty good. And that is the last official book on this TBR. Just to wrap up my TBR, I have Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintero that's going to be for my Goodreads Choice Awards video as well as my Patreon book club. Then we have Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune is going to be in that video as well as a buddy read over on Patreon. Then for my spinner wheel, I had paperback, which I'm doing This Could Be Us by Kennedy Bryan, which I don't currently have in my possession, but it's coming to me and it is paperback and it's also going to be in that Goodreads Choice Awards video. Then there's Strange Sally Diamond, which I did for Finish a Book Already Started. This is just going to be a random one that I'm finishing up. Then House of Bone and Rain is for a horror book. It's also going to be in that Goodreads Choice Awards video. Then Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands is going to be for a book with animal on the cover, and this is also for the Goodreads Choice Awards video. And then for a one-word title, I'm going with Mistletoe by Kimberly Lemming. And then lastly, for Holiday Party or Gathering, I'm doing You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Tony Shiloh. So I have 2 books for my Christmassy video. 3 books on my spinner wheel are also for the Goodreads Choice Awards video. And then for my book clubs and stuff like that, I also have 2 books for that Goodreads Choice Awards video. So that's 5 books. I am planning on reading 15. I don't know if I'll get to all 15 books, but between 12 and 15 books is what I'm reading for that Goodreads Choice Awards video. So there's a lot of books to come that you guys don't know about yet that I'm really excited to read. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it to the end, leave the little Christmas tree emoji down below because we're getting to that time of year. And also make sure to check out Ana Luisa, which is linked in the description box down below. But that's all that I have for this video today, and I will see you on my next one. Bye, everybody!